Of course, it does depend on the level. Like looking at this level over here, if you fall, you're gonna fall on water, so that's understandable. But yeah, in level like this canyon right here, yeah, definitely for sure. Another thing I wanted to say, this game, I thought this game was based on the real world. Like, there in the real world, there's Grand Canyon, there is, Europe, Africa, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I think everything is still within the 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 Mushroom Kingdom world. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's just yeah, because when I saw Peach Castle, that's when I realized that okay, it's the Mushroom Kingdom. Because when I did my initial reaction of it, I was thinking like maybe it's based on like America, Africa, Europe, Asia, that kind of thing. But because if you remember on Mario Kart Deluxe, there were levels that were based on like London. There was level that were based on Tokyo. You remember those levels, right? I honestly love this open world mechanic, but as I said, I want it to feel seamless. I love the weather system and the night and day cycle. It makes it feel realistic in a sense, and it makes it feel engaging, you know. But what I want to know is the limitation of the open world. How open is it? How huge is it? Where is the as they say, where is the invisible wall? Where can I stop? You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so I'm very interested to see because we've seen open world in racing car game, especially with Need for Speed, with Midnight. I forgot that game. Back it was back in the PS2 days. Midnight Club, like in the Midnight Club or the Crew. We've seen open world in racing car games. Some did it better, some didn't do it well, some just absolute terrible. I'm a bit worried when it comes to Mario Kart. How I know Nintendo is very innovative, but how are they going to be able to handle this one? That's true. That's true. They've always made it in a way where you reach the end of the map, but it still feels like it's still open world. They've always done that. So yeah, more than likely they will implement the same thing with Mario Kart. It just worries me a little bit. I know it's not a really big deal, but I do want to know the limitation of this open world Mario Kart. But from what I'm seeing, it looks good, it moves good, the graphics looks amazing, the 3D models are amazing, the driving, the animation, the movement of the animation, the rail grinding, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Okay, you're racing, and then when they get to the checkpoints, and whoever is like maybe the top. Okay, I see what you mean. That is fun. That sounds really fun. How many players? How many players can you have at once? How many players in one race? How many races in one game? In one race. Because I'm seeing a lot though. Whoa. Yeah, let's look at it because they just brought it up. They just brought it up. Okay, okay, 24. That is crazy. That's a lot of players. I can imagine the chaotic scenarios online. It's gonna be madness. But I don't really. This is another thing that annoys me. I don't really care about the backwards compatibility. It's kind of like with the PS5. I want to be able to play PS5 games that are exclusive to PS5. I don't want to play old games, on new console. Okay, I can understand the simplicity and the convenience of for people that have previous Switch game. That's fine, but I want the release games to be a lot more than backwards compatibility. I don't want them to rely too much on backward compatibility and not release a lot of decent amount of games on release day. You know what I mean? Or be lazy on releasing new releases because they already got games that are on previously on the Switch. I don't want them to do that. So when I get the Switch 2, more than likely I'm only gonna get Switch 2 games. I'm not gonna get Switch games and play backward. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's good. That is good. We needed something like that. And it has two USB ports. I want to know, okay, how free is the UI? Are you able to plug in your USB and watch movies that you had on your USB? Are you able to look at photos? Are you able to surf the net? There is so many questions when it comes to the Switch 2. I still need answering because they haven't really showed the UI, have they? They haven't showed the menu. Nothing like that. They got plenty of time, but I hope that we don't get a bare bone one. I mean, to this day, the Switch still doesn't have a browser. What? How can it not have a browser? That is perfect, a perfect tablet for a browser. So the if the Switch 2 doesn't have a browser, bro, that's gonna be. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but it's gonna be pretty annoying, bro. That's what I was just about to get into. The streaming. I want to be able to stream directly to YouTube. You know what I mean? I want to be able to. I don't want to use any peripherals, connecting laptops, connecting HDMI's, connect to the TV, yada yada. No, I want to be able to direct, kind of like the PS5 and the PS4, to stream directly to YouTube. That if they implement that, that would be amazing. Same with the recording system. I want to be. I know the Switch can record, but I know you can record like only up to 10 minutes, right? No, we need a full recording system, just like what the PS4 is capable of. That would be so much easier, and people would be able to share their content, like upload it on YouTube, upload it. Heck, Nintendo can even go as far as to make a social media, a Nintendo social media. But I want to know how seamless can you drive to the next map, like to the next location. You see, what he did was he just okay, see, that's what I mean. This is what I mean, Maestro. This is what I was getting at. You see what he did? He pressed and jumped onto another. It's still open world, yes, but it's open zones. You know what I mean? It's open zones, kind of like frontiers. So you can still jump and then go to another zone, and then within that zone is a huge map. But it's not seamless where you go from one zone all the way to another driving, and then you have the big area and then go all the way. No, it's not seamless. It's still within that confinement.